That is.
All week long, we're celebrating all things fashion across the Twin Cities, and this week, all a part of Fashion Week MN. And so tonight, the party gets started with the Ivey Awards, a sort of fashion meets theater meets sports. And joining us is the founder and producer of the Ivey Awards, Scott Meyer. Scott, thanks so much for kicking things off with us today.
You got it. Good morning.
We don't always think of the theater as being exactly linked with fashion, but why not, right? The Ivey Awards is always, it's always a show on the way into the theater as well as during the show.
It is. We have a really good red carpet that leads up to the actual show, and it didn't really dawn on me until a couple of years into it. Somebody in the theater community said, you know, this is the one night that we get to wear what we want to wear, because normally we're wearing what somebody tells us to wear in a play, and so they get to express their own individuality, and they do it in high fashion.
And 9th Street is going to be shut down for the fashion show portion of it. So what is different this week about Fashion Week MN that maybe it wasn't last year?
Well, we're really happy to be part of Minnesota Fashion Week for the first year, and what we're especially excited about is really focusing on the men. And so this year we've got a surprise after the main show. Outside on 9th Street, we're going to have a very, very unique short fashion show that's going to be featuring the men from the Minnesota United professional soccer team. And so there's going to be lots of eye candy as well as great fashions all on the street.
That's quite the tease.
Yes, I'll tell you what, those guys from Minnesota United, they have no problem being referred to as eye candy.
No, they don't. No, they embrace it. And
why should they?
There's a reason.
Talk about the Iveys. I mean, how many years ago did the Ivey Awards start?
We're in our 11th year.
And to see what it's grown into, I mean, it is truly the biggest celebration of theater in this town, I think, all year long.
It is, because it's really the one night that everyone can get together, and not only the theater audience members, but the people in the community, the board members, everybody gets together and say, hey, you know what? We've got a pretty great theater town, and we have reason to celebrate it. There's 78 professional theaters that participate in the Ivey Awards, and so it's really a theater town bar none.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I know we're going to be joined by a soccer player a little bit later on, so looking forward to that.
Eye candy in an hour is what Alan's trying to say.
More than what's already here.
I know. Yeah. This is a lot to handle, I'm sure.
Let the countdown begin. So tickets are $40 to tonight's event at the Chambers Hotel, and of course you get to check out the fashion show as well. So Scott, thanks so much for coming in, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you.
Ivey Awards tonight, Emmy Awards